welcome everyone. This is Brogressive. It's Belay, and then Ben. Say hi to our folks.
What is up?
Two new faces here. You guys are wondering who are these two new faces, right? So Dylan, I've known him since I was a sophomore. We both go to UCLA together. Mr. Dylan here, he can introduce himself real quick, but you'll see him a lot more in like coming episodes. He's going to be a host with us. So Dylan, take it away.
Yeah, what's up? My name's Dylan. I'm a poli-sci major with a minor in entrepreneurship at UCLA. And I guess my claim to broiness is I'm a frat president. But yeah, thanks for
Shout
having me,
out the
Belay.
frat dude. Shout out the frat.
Yes, Delta Sigma Phi at UCLA.
I haven't been invited to a
Great
single
stuff.
party, by the way. I haven't been invited to a single party.
You've never asked, so I didn't
Yeah,
know you were
okay.
supposed to be on the docket. But I'll let the security guards know next time.
But oh, security guards, guys, I'm famous. Luis has been one of my good friends since before actually we got into UCLA. Roommates freshman year. He is a political science economics major. You could talk about that, but he's actually Panamanian. So Panama's in the news. I know Panama's like never in the news, very irrelevant country. So they're in the news for the first time in like what, since like the dictator fell. So you want to give you a little gist about yourself?
Thank you for having me on. I'm Luis, senior at UCLA, like you said, studying economics and political science, international student from Panama. And do I have to say why I think I'm a bro or something?
Yeah, well, wise bro.
I'm a avid lifter with a mid physique, so that's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, so we're just gonna start talking about something very special in my heart, something that's very special in my heart, deep rooted in my heart, the best NBA team in NBA history, the GOAT, right? The GOAT is on this team. I thought he wasn't gonna be on this team for much longer, but he's still on the team.
For
The
now.
Los Angeles Lakers. What happened, guys? Ben is a big Warriors fan, by the way, guys. He's a big Warriors fan. He has those Mickey Mouse rings from Kevin Durant. So you want to talk
Oh,
about what happened
Mickey
yesterday?
Mouse rings coming from a Lakers
Hey, hey,
fan
hey, hey, hey,
is
hey. Everyone was
crazy.
given a fair shot in the bubble. Don't
Mm,
complain. But
we
Austin
weren't
Reeves is your
invited.
daddy. Ben, Austin Reeves is your daddy.
I cannot argue with that. Reeves is fucking great. He's what Steve Kerr thinks Brandon Pajemski is. The white guy reminds him of himself, who he gives way too much playing time to.
Yeah, I feel like this is a great matchup because you got a vintage blocked by James call in the middle of
Oh
it.
my God.
You got a couple clutch Steph daggers in the final minutes. I was at dinner and my brother was literally pulling out his phone like, Dylan, we have to fucking watch this because like Steph might actually beat us tonight. I was like, no.
No,
I knew in my soul that it wasn't gonna happen.
I
Although he put up a valiant effort.
I knew in my soul it wasn't going to happen. The second Curry made the shot with the bang and the tie game with six. If we were up two with 6 minutes left or 6 seconds left, I still would have felt like, oh, this is a game the Warriors. It's exactly a game the Warriors have lost about 50 times for the past 2 seasons. So I never let myself get too much hope with the Warriors this year. That was the good timeline version of the block by James, though, followed up by a immediate Schroeder three. But yeah,
Well, I mean, you started two guards in your starting lineup, and I feel like you lost some of that size because you had a vintage Draymond Green with 3 points, and Buddy Hield is not giving you enough production to
buddy,
worth
fucking
him
healed.
being on an NBA on an NBA roster right now. So very interesting game.
I will defend Draymond though. That was an elite Draymond performance yesterday. There were a few defensive possessions in there. His WWE skills came in clutch. There was like the last 5 minutes of the game. There were multiple possessions on defense where like you guys had the ball for 5 seconds and he's immediately disrupting somehow and completely changing the game.
And it's a crazy win, kind of drug out from the jaws of defeat with AD going down within the
Oh my
first
god.
10 minutes of the game.
Wait, he went
You've
down?
got
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
he was injured. You didn't see
I'm
he
kind
like
of
tweaked
revealing
his
myself,
ankle.
guys. I'm not the biggest NBA fan here.
No,
I
of
didn't even know
course.
that. What?
No, and
AD
I think AD's gone down like three out of the last like 6 games the Warriors have played the Lakers. I remember last year there's one that was exactly like this where AD went down in like the first quarter. I think we managed to win that one, but
Luis has a name for him that he always says.
What, hey Disney? Is it a
No.
Disney?
A
That's
Disney.
a dude, that's an insult to Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse performs. You don't see Mickey Mouse out there injured. Even when he's injured, he's out there taunting those kids.
I mean, well, like for all the bad rep that AD gets, he's been like I think one of the most available players in the last 1 to 2 seasons. He's barely been injured after
No, that's true.
being
Yeah.
injured for I don't know, like after the bubble, it seemed like he was injured like every single time, every game. But like
No,
overall, th this game, yeah,
him and
like
LeBron have been healthy all year for the
yeah,
most part. Like you
Wait,
couldn't
you
have
guys
asked
are
for much
telling me
better.
the media narrative on Twitter about him isn't true? No
I
way.
feel like that's
Yeah.
like been dead for a minute though. Like
Yeah.
they don't say that anymore. But like overall, this game yesterday, it's like two relevant teams. Like once the seventh seed, once the 10th seed. What are we talking about here? Like
Oh.
the Warriors fell off astronomically. They were like the first seed, like the first or second week, and now they're the 10th seed.
I think
Li-
we're three
Downfall
and
of the
ten.
Warriors, guys.
The Warriors are 3-10 in the last 13.
Getting rid of Jordan
Yikes.
Poole. Getting rid
Oh.
of Jordan Poole. No, 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 no. Downfall of the Warriors. Should have
Okay,
kept Jordan Poole.
I have
Should
strong
have
takes
kept
on this.
Jordan Poole.
I have
He
strong
killed
takes
us.
on this.
He
I
killed us in
one
the finals.
I fucking hate Jordan Poole. I despise that man as a Warriors fan. But I will say I somewhat agree with your take only in the sense that they traded Jordan Poole for Chris Paul, had this expiring salary, 30 million they could have done anything with last season for the deadline. They could have re-signed him and traded him. And then they fucking let it do nothing. They just kept the money and the Chris Paul contract and then just let him sign with Spurs and did nothing and just made it so our billionaire owner pays slightly less. Like I I think the trade was dumb only because we in the end got absolutely nothing out of it, but it was a very good move to get him off the team. He's
Jordan Poole deserved NBA Finals MVP.
Okay,
no,
okay,
no.
That's
okay,
crazy.
okay.
Without
He,
Jordan Poole, you guys would have not beaten the Celtics.
We would have not been in the finals versus the Celtics, but he was
Exactly.
not the MVP of the finals.
Yeah, he
He is the
wasn't.
MVP of the finals.
No.
Belay's thrown out the hot takes just so he can get us
Guys,
going
I,
with
I'm
something.
gonna
The
be
game
honest with
five
you.
Curry performance in that finals.
I think there's a way bigger argument for Andrew Wiggins being the MVP of that finals run than Mr. Jordan Poole. Like I can't
True.
remember anything Jordan Poole did aside from that like in and out into like a 40 feet bomb that he like made in I don't know like game three or something. But like I don't know. Mr. Wiggins was like dropping like 26, 27 in
Yeah.
like games 5 and 6. Like
Jordan Poole is a perfect 25 points a game on the Washington Wizards player. And
yeah.
Kaminga will follow suit and be the same after we trade him. They're going to be great at putting up stats and having Twitter highlights on a team that wins 15 games. That's his peak.
That has a random blowout win against the Nuggets, and then goes
Oh, of
back
course.
to a 14 game losing streak or whatever it was. No,
That's
0 wins on the Wizards for the entire month of November, which is like I think it was like the 14th or 15th time that it happened in NBA history or something like that. So I don't think there's enough of an argument for Belay to be claiming that Jordan Poole is the generational talent that he might
no.
be.
I
Belay
only
did
say it
not
for
have to.
one
You
reason.
did not have to suffer through the last year of Jordan Poole on that team, having the ball with 2 minutes left, carrying up the court, and just wreaking fucking
I
mayhem,
saw
dribbling off
Jordan
his foot.
Poole live against the Lakers, game six. It was beautiful.
I'm
Such a
sorry.
bad dude. I was so happy. I was so happy. I was there, game six, when we beat you guys. And I think Jordan Poole had like one of his worst games. It was so bad.
Hard to narrow it down.
He's a young man. Give him some.
I hate him.
Hey, guys, he's a hardworking man. He's one of the good ones. So let
he's the
him let him
baddie
let him
merchant,
be.
bro.
Let
He
him
only
be.
performs when the baddies are in the stadium.
Draymond Green did not go far enough.
I
Yeah,
forgot he
it seemed
punched him.
yeah, didn't everything like fall apart after that fiasco? Why did that
Yeah,
even happen? They just won the finals. Like, what was
because he
going
was
on?
being a fucking bitch and talking shit in practice.
And then came out with that cringy cringy apology video. What did he say? He was
God.
like, I'm so sorry. And then he like started talking about himself for about 40
Oh
minutes or
yeah.
however long the
No,
apology
they did.
video
Yeah, they did
was.
a whole. It wasn't even an apology video. They did an entire ESPN dramatic ass, professionally filmed special on it. Just Draymond's therapy sessions. But
Yeah.
yeah. All right. Luis, you're what? I've sussed out you're a Celtics
The
fan.
big reveal.
Yeah.
Hold up, Ben. You have to guess. Hold up,
All
no,
Yeah,
hold
he
right.
on.
already
Well,
guessed
there's
it.
my guess.
Ben,
There's my guess. Celtics fan.
Dylan.
Well, he just said I'm a Celtics fan, so
This fucking
I am
guy.
indeed a Celtics fan.
They're easy to suss out
I mean, I was
those
literally saying
members
that.
of society.
No, Luis, you should tell them why you're a Celtics fan.
Why are
This
you a
guy is
Celtics fan?
random Panamanian from Panama. Is a
Nothing is gonna
Celtics.
make sense. Like nothing is
Just
gonna make
wait
sense.
until you guys hear his NFL team.
Let's
Hold on.
hear this.
There's no like territorial like
Why are you a Celtics fan?
because well in part because like my dad is just a Larry Bird super fan. He
Mm.
claims that Larry Bird is better than Michael Jordan and LeBron combined.
Oh,
Um, yeah, like if you join all their best moments and attributes, they're still not better than Larry Legend. But like really, I became a fan 2016 watching that second Isaiah Thomas run to the ECF. Uh, one of
right
the
before
first
Kyrie,
memories. Yeah,
or was that with
but like
Kyrie?
no, he came in 2017, but like Kyrie's not memorable because he was injured the entire 2017 playoff run. That was like
Yeah,
mostly Terry Rozier, JB, JT, Horford, Aaron Baines, all those guys. But like, yeah, I just like watched this 5'9" guy go insane and drop like 53 after his sister died on the
yeah.
Bulls and on Jimmy Butler, which I absolutely hate. I hate that guy.
He's
Like
been torturing you for years.
we won out. Like the Miami Heat Celtics rivalry is absolutely over. They're in
It is.
shambles. He wants to get traded. We won one of the finals. They went to the finals twice and they lost twice. We're 1-1. So that's a win for me.
Who beat them? Who beat them one time?
Nuggets.
The Lakers and the Nuggets.
It was the Nuggets, and then
Yeah,
the who? The who?
the Lakers.
Mickey Mouse year.
Wait, but you're claiming that's like they lost in the finals, so you're claiming that was a legitimate loss.
Yeah, they lost.
So it wasn't a Mickey Mouse
You
loss.
still
So it
have
wasn't a Mickey.
one
No, no, no,
less.
no. You can't claim both things.
We have 18 wins. You have 17. Like we're
Hold up,
better
but
than
yeah,
you.
and like three, four, what 80% of them are from when like Lyndon B.
Okay,
Johnson was.
so it's not
Oh,
legitimate
Lyndon
because
B.
they're
Johnson was pumping money into Vietnam when you guys were winning.
okay. He was still president. He
Those
still
guys couldn't
won.
even watch the game
He
because Vietnam had fucking ad service.
he still won it. Like even though he committed fraud when he won like his
Okay,
Senate
but
seat and stuff.
if you're gonna like discredit the Lakers, like, A from the
Sure,
bubble, and then
okay,
by
I won't.
saying
I won't. I
five
won't.
rings,
I won't. We
then we
have
can
one more
make
than you. We have
Yeah,
one more
you.
than you. And we dog
okay.
down on you
That's fair.
like every
That's
single
valid.
year in
That's valid.
recent
And
memory.
okay, okay.
Luis,
Yeah, we've
are the Celtics repeating?
I'd be very disappointed if we don't.
You
But
should. You should.
we're currently underperforming as hell. Like
Oh my
we've just
God.
lost our first back-to-back games in the season.
Fuck off.
And in part, it's because Gabe Vincent turns into Michael Jordan every single time he plays with. This dude had 18 threes in the entire year and had six against us yesterday. Like, you can't make this shit. Like, in the ECF 2 years ago against us when they went to the finals, with against the Nuggets, he was literally Michael Jordan. Him
Oh
and
yeah.
Gabe Vincent. Gabe Vincent is dropping like zero point 0.3 points per game now. Like, what? It's just crazy. But like, yeah, I think we should repeat. We have a lot of talent, but the Cavs are looking scary.
They are. I
yeah.
gotta say, this is my reading as a Warriors from the outside. I don't know that there's a team in the West who you guys would most not want to face than the Warriors. Am I right? I feel like you guys have Tatum is fucking scared. He plays weird against the Warriors. They have your number. There's a weird repeat thing. Would you rather face the Warriors in the finals or OKC?
I'd rather face you guys.
All right, fair.
Like in a 7 game series, you guys beat us in the like only regular season game that's
Oh, I
happened so far
remember
every
it
time.
well. The
But I
highlight of the
just think it's
season.
just yeah, it's just like a fluke. It's like one game, but like in 7 games, usually the better team wins at the end of the day, and I think the Celtics are the better team right now. 2022 was different.
Would you
Um,
rather face the Lakers or the Warriors?
oh, the Lakers. That's a garbage team.
Bro, what do you mean? We're about to trade for like who's a really good shooter we're trading for, Dylan?
Good question.
Don't you want
Yeah,
Jimmy
there's
Butler?
not
Or
really like,
Oh, we're getting Jimmy
crazy amount of.
Butler?
No, we're not getting Jimmy Butler. There's like kind of not really anybody that we can grab that will make this team contender worthy, but I don't
I
know,
heard
maybe
I heard
LeBron
rumors about
will pull
Steph
out
Curry.
of that was a rumor, and I think that's probably been a rumor for the past decade, but
Other way around. Steph's not going to
well,
LA.
yeah, probably. I mean, like LeBron, I would guess he's got his fancy multi-million dollar mansions in the hills. I don't think he's probably going anywhere. That would take literally moving mountains, but the Warriors definitely, if they had an opportunity to take LeBron, putting that duo together would be like the craziest story arc in the NBA of somebody's career
I don't think
facing against each other in
LeBron's
five
not going
straight
to go if he
finals.
goes anywhere besides finishing his career in LA. I think it's the Warriors. I mean, all the praise he had for Steph after the game, like the Olympic stuff. I feel like it's either finish his career with the Lakers or one more title run with the Warriors.
Yeah, the question is he gonna like sign, is he gonna retire as a Laker, or is he gonna sign, like how in the NFL they do like the 1 day contracts,
Uh,
get like Frank Gore retiring technically as a 49er. Is LeBron gonna go back to the Cavs? Is he gonna be on a 1 day contract so he can retire as a Cleveland Cavalier?
all right, wait, I might rescind that take. I could see I have one more year. Say the Cavs lose in the Eastern Conference Finals or one round before. I want to go for a title. Trade me and Bronny back home. Put me in Cleveland
Why doesn't he
one
go right
year.
now? If they're that good, why doesn't he go right now?
I don't think
I
they want
I
to give up. Yeah, they don't want to give up their current system. I don't think
yeah.
they need
I feel
him.
like
This is what
legitimately, LeBron doesn't want to leave. I mean, he's got his kids going to school there, and like he actually puts down so many roots in LA. He's always wanted to be in LA. Like I, I think he always wanted to be in like the flashy place.
I don't
Yeah,
think he would leave unless it's
uh,
his last year and he's like, all right, one more time I'm traveling, not living where my whole family's living. And if it's one and done, he'd do it, but
yeah,
we
and it
shall
would
see.
definitely have to be a title contender. He would definitely need the almost guarantee of a ring to get him to leave LA at this point.
Honestly,
But
I hope LeBron plays for 3 more years and after this year he just does the most like shameless ring chasing ever. And just each year, 1 year contract, whoever like the best team is, see him on like three more teams before he retires,
Oh,
pump
I
those
hope he
rings
what
up.
does
what if
that.
he goes to the Celtics?
I hope he does that. So he destroys his legacy. I would love that.
It would build up his legacy in my mind. People
No,
need to be
in
more
the long
shameless.
run, people aren't gonna remember to like they're not gonna remember that.
Are people
I
going
don't
to
know.
remember? Maybe, probably not. You don't
If he
really
wins
remember
two
the name.
titles over the next 3 years as like the
Yeah,
third best guy on some team, I think that probably helps the legacy in the long run.
Yeah,
yeah.
probably like in 20 years, people don't remember like the narratives. They just like remember who won and who was like Finals MVP. Like,
That's
I
the
don't
Uh,
know.
best.
I disagree with that. I think if MJ didn't retire in '98 and he stuck around and like went to the Lakers in '99 or whatever he was trying to do, I think it would have diminished his legacy. I think it was the story of two three-peats, all with the Chicago Bulls, that made MJ MJ. And I think LeBron's legacy is already like all over the place with the decision and him going back to Cleveland. It's just like all over the place, and it's a weird career to follow because now it's what 22 years. I don't know. I think the NBA is just like has none of those narratives, and that's why it's like declining in viewership and everything. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I feel like what you just said is the reason why LeBron is the only person who could get away with it because his legacy is already so like he
Yeah,
leaves teams abandoned. Like that's already baked in that like you might as well just lean into the narrative at this point and actually get some rings out of it. But
Well, aside from people who have like GOAT status, I don't think anyone ever remembers like what the hell was happening with Hakeem Olajuwon and like the Houston
yeah,
Rockets in like 50 in like 1950. No, what the hell am I saying? 95 and 96 or something. Or
yeah.
like I don't think people are gonna remember too much. I mean, the Pistons, like I don't know what the hell was happening with the Pistons or like any drama. I just know they beat the Lakers in '03 or something.
Yeah, it's the stats that live on.
Yeah, like I don't know, Ben Wallace or something or
Yeah. Well, Dylan, how you feeling about the Warrior or the Lakers outlook?
I feel like there's just there's not enough depth there to really get to push over that hump that they're looking at. But I do think it is a combination of factors of being in the West and not like in the East. If you're the Celtics or if you're the Cavs, then you just have such an easy path throughout the regular season. You're facing the 76ers who are just like
Yeah.
throwing every game. Except for yesterday, the Celtics did lose the 76ers yesterday, which is great W. But I feel like the Lakers just like there's too many things. They need more 3-and-D wings. They need a backup center. They need more pieces that they're just not going to get. And I think what I'm worried about is somebody in the front office is going to be like, this is all JJ Redick's fault. Like he came in
Yeah.
here and he mixed up our team too much. Now we need to fire him. It's like he's not a bad coach. And I think there's like pathways over the next year or two, a good off season or a good draft, and then you like I think Dalton Connect is a great pickup, and I think there's paths in like a year or two. It's definitely not out of reach. It's just like you are like very steep drop off with LeBron, AD aging up. So it's a
Well,
weird picture. They kind
yeah.
of have to seize on the moment now.
It's
It's just I
interesting,
don't know if
like
they can.
hearing this. And I thought the game yesterday was fascinating for the same reason. How similar the Warriors and the Lakers are right now, and how similar the
Right.
fan bases are. Where like you were saying, like, oh, there's a path to be good in a year or two, but like, is LeBron playing then? Is AD still
Yeah.
good? Like,
Yeah.
and I feel like the Warriors are in the same sitch where like I don't know, they have those draft picks. Yeah, Connect looks great, but like, do you keep him? I mean, I guess you probably do keep him at this point, but like,
Yeah.
would you from your perspective as a fan like to see them fuck the picks, fuck the young guys, let's go all in. We got LeBron for 2 more years. Let's try to win, and maybe we're gonna suck for 5 years after. Or would you rather they like be sustainable as a
I
fan?
think I think as somebody who wants to see my goat my King LeBron succeed. I think I wouldn't be opposed to that. It's just it's like so close to the end. I think you got your ring in 2020. You had a couple good runs, Western Conference Finals in 2023. So it's like I don't know. I feel like they're the at this point it's not a great outlook. I don't know. What do you think about Steph? Do you think there's like more room for him to really
I
like
def
push for
I
more
do think there's
rings?
room. I think there's room. I mean, I think they fucked up, like I was saying, with the Chris Paul contract and stuff. Like there was definitely room to maneuver already, or the Clay fucking Thompson. We had two 30 million plus expiring contracts last year we could have used. But even now, like I don't know, I just pulled up the NBA trade machine while you were talking a little bit. Like Lakers have some stuff to work with. Warriors do too, but the problem is Warriors fans and especially the Warriors front office are in love with a shitty play-in team right now. And so they're like, I don't know, can we give up Jonathan Kuminga? I mean, he could be an all-star in the future, or fucking Pajemski, Wiggins. I mean, I like Wiggins actually, but a lot. So it's a little hard to make the money work. But I don't know. I'd like to see them. Honestly, my pick. I'd like to see the Warriors trade for Zion Williamson. I think you buy
That's
low
pretty
on
Interesting.
good.
Zion. $30 million contract right now. That works with the trade machine really
Well,
well.
it's good that the Bay Area has like shitty food, so that's pretty
Yeah,
good.
exactly. That's what I was thinking. Maybe like fix it without the New Orleans
We're gonna
food.
get him on some like gourmet coastal elite salads.
Bro, no, Aisha Curry. Doesn't she have like two restaurants in the Bay Area?
She will have lots of business coming in. But
I mean,
yeah,
Zion has the size, the athleticism, something to balance out. I don't know if it would be a weird fit with Wiggins and with Kaminga already there, but I do feel like
well, at least
You would
one of those
lose them.
people will not be
Yeah,
there.
they're gone. Like at
yeah,
least
that's
one of
true.
them.
That's true.
I'd like to
It's an
keep
interesting
Wig,
idea.
and because the other thing I've noticed in this Warriors season, I think if you're being objective, I mean, obviously Steph went off last night. This was maybe a better take a day ago when he was looking like shit, getting 2 points. But I think Andrew Wiggins has been the best player on the Warriors this year. He is playing fantastic. I think he could. He's playing at an all-star level if the Warriors were better right now. He is looks on. I think this is the best Andrew Wiggins we've ever seen, including the finals.
So
But
you're
Oh,
thinking buy low with Zion, sell high with Andrew Wiggins, get
well,
some movement.
I kind of love Wiggins too much. I don't even want to sell high on him. I want uh, Kaminga, Gary Payton, Looney, and Pajemski or Moody, and like 2 picks. I think that's enough at this point. 3 picks maybe, but I don't know.
And I think the Pelicans are probably looking to blow it up at some
Oh
point
yeah,
soon. Just
and they
because like
should.
yeah, well I mean what? They're the 15th seed in the West.
Yeah,
They're 5 and
they're like
25.
five,
So
5 and 25. Jeez.
So, I mean, wasting Zion's potential definitely, and they're not getting anything out of him. I kind of feel like there are just like so many teams in the NBA where it's like there's so much talent and there's so much like weird standstillness that even like no matter the moves that you make, it's not going to face up against a juggernaut like the Celtics in the
Yeah,
East or the Cavs who just have so much depth and so much talent. So like the right veterans, the right pieces. It's like the Lakers, like LeBron and AD could probably force a game six or like a game five against the Celtics, but like I don't think they just have enough. Like the more pieces you have, the more momentum you have, and they're just not going to
yeah,
force it. Like the Steph can give you 40 points every game, but like the consistency is not always going to be there as like an eight
yeah.
man rotation, which is like just
Well,
crazy.
I
But
feel like that's the problem with all the parity in the league right now. Like, especially in the West, there's two bad teams in the West, maybe, and
yeah,
there's like five or six in the East where it's like there's so many teams who can convince themselves like maybe we have a shot at the title, and we're better than all these shitty teams. So like let's just kind of stay still. And there's a lot of teams that should either blow it up or go all in and aren't. But Luis, who are you most afraid of in the West as a Clippers fan? Or sorry, as a
Well,
Celtics fan.
Bro, do not insult
uh,
him like that. That is
Yes.
I mean, the Thunder seem to be like threatening, I guess. I mean, I remember last year that their defense was very good. That was like their main selling point. I think they had like the best defensive rating, and I think that still is the case this year or something. So they're threatening, but I think in the playoffs, I'd be kind of scared of the Nuggets mostly. Like I don't know, out of all the teams that are doing good right now, I don't think I'd be too afraid of the Rockets or
Yeah.
the Grizzlies beat
wait, the
us.
Rockets are doing good?
Yeah, the
real
Mm-hmm.
second.
good.
I'm so out of touch with the NBA right now, bro.
Ime, their
No,
coach.
Ime,
Pretty cool.
the Rizzler. I mean, I miss that guy. Like I mean, we won with Joe, but like I loved that
Wait,
Ime
was he the
team.
one that was like, "Oh, I don't like there is no king." When Prince what was his name came to the Celtics game and he was like, "Oh, Jesus is my king." Like
Yeah. No,
Oh,
Joe
is it?
Mazzulla
William,
is hilarious.
Wasn't it? Was it? Oh
like
yeah, was it William and Kate?
yeah, and he was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, the future king and queen were at your game." And he goes, "Who's that?" Like the only king that I know is Jesus.
He's so
Well,
insane. He's hilarious. He's watched The Town like 50 times.
Oh
that's
God.
Joe. That's Joe.
Yeah, yeah, this is all Joe. Yeah.
Joe.
Joe's
I think
crazy.
Joe watches it before every game.
King.
I've never seen that movie, so I don't know like what the hell's going. I know there's like people dressed as nuns for like a heist or something, but
No,
like
it's like the most Boston movie ever.
okay, so it's okay. I didn't know that. But
Ben
like
Ben Affleck, yeah.
I mean that year was amazing because I think right at the middle of the season we were like pure 500 team. And then they went on like a 25-3 run to close the year. And then we made it to the finals. And that team was electric because the defense was amazing. We had this guy, Time Lord, Robert Williams. I think he's with Portland now. And I've never heard of him since, but he was just a threat in the paint. Like you couldn't score on him because he would block you so many times. And then if he was guarding you in the perimeter and you tried to like shoot over him, this guy would block your shot like 70% of the time. He wasn't that tall, but his arms were so fucking long that he would block everything every single time. And I don't know, I mean like we lost and he got fired for like rizzing up someone in the org. We got
Did
Joe.
that ever come out what actually happened?
So apparently it was just like he was having a relationship with someone in the
Could
Celtics
be.
organization,
Yeah.
and it wasn't anything illegal or anything, but it was
It's
like
just not allowed for the
it not
Celtics or like
allowed
the yeah.
in the organization because of like I guess power dynamics and maybe it being a
That was
little.
the weirdest situation though, where they were so vague about it and treated it very much like a Me Too thing,
Are
but
they
yet
are they
like
still dating?
no.
I don't think so. He was with
I
like
think
Nia
the
Long, and then like
yeah,
that died,
he
I
was
think.
married too. Yeah, that was the problem.
Oh,
Oh.
I think they like broke up whoever he was with on the team and like then he like then it was like awkward. There was some shit like that happened, but that
yeah.
was and then he was like immediately a coaching candidate like a week later. It was so bizarre.
But to be honest, I think if My biggest fear is Cleveland. I think if we beat Cleveland or like whoever plays, because Cleveland, I think Cleveland implodes in the playoffs every single time because like I don't know, Jarrett Allen's knees explode or something, or like
Yeah.
Evan Mobley disappears, or like someone else gets like everyone gets injured and then they're like cooked, and then we're like okay, they're not there, and then whatever. So like if we beat them or like someone beats them, I think we should be like having a good
You guys should at the
it's
very least get to the finals. I feel like
yeah, yeah,
it's a big disappointment if you don't. And
yeah.
OKC would not scare me at all. I don't think they're great and they're not even playing with Chet right now, but I don't think they're a playoff team. I think SGA is the regular season guy, and when the calls don't go his way in the
Oh
playoffs,
yeah. I mean, from the regular season games, it's always tough against them, so that's what I'm basing it on. I never watched like their games in the playoffs, so I'm not too sure, but I think we have good enough playoff performers, like especially not in the finals, because Tatum, I don't know what the hell happens with Tatum in the finals,
he plays Steph Curry and he gets scared. What
but like
happens?
I don't know. I mean, he played like Luca and Kyrie, and he was still kind of shitting the bed for some reason. He has like, I think he has like what the worst like field goal percentage like in NBA Finals history. It's like 35% or
Jesus,
something.
I didn't even know that.
Um, but like outside of
The Nuggets are one I'd be a little afraid of because I feel like they're not
yeah,
great right
yeah,
now, but they're the number one like NBA trade machine or playing 2K team where if they can pair a second star, a real second star, not Jamal Murray, with Jokic, like I don't know, there's a lot of options there. Like they have the salary to make anything work and they have all their draft picks. I saw the Pat Riley said they're not trading Jimmy Butler, but they were in the rumors there. Jimmy Butler to the Nuggets paired with Jokic,
that would be my worst nightmare. That
yeah, that's
would be
literally
my worst
designed to
nightmare.
destroy the Celtics.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't
Jimmy
know.
Butler has like his biggest conviction is just like making us suffer. Like I hate that guy. But
Dylan,
yeah, no.
Who's your dream Lakers trade target, or just pairing with LeBron and
Hmm.
AD?
I realistically, I feel like there's always the memes of like, oh, you need to get Dwight Howard back, or like you need to get some semblance of the 2020 team back. I feel like Kyle Kuzma could be an interesting target for the Lakers to get back. I do feel like the need for that corner 3-point shooter, which Kyle Kuzma is like a 42% career corner 3-point shooter, is great. And you get that spacing. I think there's just like so many like targets with like a lot of pros, but a lot of cons in the trade market right now. Um, I don't think you should go for like a Jimmy Butler. I don't think you should go for somebody who's like on the decline. But obviously that or just some backup center who you can put in for AD, since AD is going to be he's I hope he's not injured. If he is, then that's kind of fucked because we don't have a backup center because Jackson Hayes is
Yep.
injured, I think is the center. But I don't know. It's just like there's so many different things that you can add and tweak to this team that would make it like take a step, but it's like two, three, four steps down the line where you're like actually in the contention. And it's just crazy to me that what LeBron turns 40 in 4 days and he's still like putting up 23 points a game or 22 points a game, whatever it
Elite.
is. But I just don't see that going that way for much longer. I don't know. I have a pretty
I
grim outlook on the Lakers right now, but
really, I will say for the Lakers, here's why I think they should go all in. Is that even if they have no draft picks and they're in theory kind of fucked for like the 5 years after LeBron retires, another star is gonna want to go fucking play for the Los Angeles Lakers. Like they're set. Like I can't see the Lakers being bad for a decade. Like they're the
yeah,
Lakers. They have money. Someone's gonna want to go there and be a
They
star.
kind of
yeah.
Like
were though.
Yeah,
they
true.
were.
I
That's
was going to
true.
say
This is
2013
exactly the Kobe
to
thing.
2019, like 6 or 7 years where it was just washed Kobe and you have all these young players and then Kobe leaves and you're actually like one of the worst teams in the NBA. I,
When does
I
Kobe
think
retire? 2015? Is that when he retired?
2016.
26.
2016.
Yeah.
So he really only had
And
3 years.
well, I mean, Kobe was not good for like the
No, that's
last
true.
two or three
But
years.
like once you lose a major star, you're kind of starting fresh. Like I don't know. LeBron's gonna want to go. Fucking Luca in 6 years, new contract.
True.
He's like, maybe I want
Yeah.
to go to LA, be an LA star. I
And
don't
like the
know.
market is a crazy like all of the quote unquote best like NBA legends were on the Lakers. You got Will, you
Yeah.
got Magic, you got Kobe, you have
I
now LeBron, so Shaq.
mhm. I just pulled up the NBA trade machine. I have a pitch for you that I think could be very interesting. And I'm
Okay, I'm
biased because
listening.
I'm Sacramento. I'm go to UC Davis. So I've gone to a couple games there, and this guy always torments us. But De'Aaron Fox only has a $34 million a year salary. Trade machine
I
alone, that would only take D'Angelo Russell and Rui Hachimura and 2 first-round picks.
well,
Not
what
Rui.
is
Not
let's
Rui.
see. What is De'Aaron Fox's three? What how are we looking on his stats?
He's pretty fucking great. I would guess he's averaging what, like 26 would be my guess a game.
26, 5, and 6. He's
Is he really 26?
33.
Damn, I've called that
Yeah.
shit.
He's 33% from three this year.
He's better than
I
that though.
don't
He's a great 3-point shooter normally.
I don't know how he is on defense, to be fair. I don't watch enough Kings
Well, we
He's a
played a
basketball.
back-to-back
33%
series, so
shooter
I'm very
from three for
familiar.
his entire career.
Yeah.
Damn, I thought he was well. He's a fucking 50% shooter when he plays the Warriors, but
But I think that's an interesting move. I realistically don't think you need that like superstar. Like I don't know what
you're
De'Aaron
looking
Fox
more
is an
tweaks around
all-star,
the
right?
edges, like
Yeah, yeah.
backup
I do.
center.
Yeah, I feel like the amount of cap space you could give for like Rui Hachimura and D'Lo in those trades is enough to get somebody who's really good. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
I
a
kind
weird
of that
spot because
from
like
the outside. Obviously, I'm not that tuned into the Lakers, but from what I've seen, kind of feel like the solution for them is the opposite of the Warriors. I feel like Lakers, yeah, it's kind of fixes around the edges, get some more role players. Whereas I feel like the Warriors are all fucking role players right now, and they need like a 3-for-1. Warriors need a second star. Lakers need like some supporting cast.
well, yeah, the Warriors with their 13-man rotation over
Oh
the
yeah,
last 10 games or whatever.
and
So
our $9 million free agent signing of Kyle Anderson, who's been on the bench the last 4 games. Lovely.
now you've Dennis Schroeder, who's also a
Oh,
rotational piece, not going to be your superstar. I don't know. I I think the NBA trade market is interesting, and we'll see where it goes in the future. But I think you're right. Once if you do try and blow up this team, there will be a superstar who comes, and so it's just a
yeah.
matter of time finding the right person, finding the right picks. But
One more broader NBA thing. A lot of talk in the last few weeks about the ratings and is the NBA dying and that
Is
not
it
enough
dead,
people are
Ben?
watching. Is it dead? My take, especially after the Christmas Day ratings today, are that everyone's freaking out and hysterical for kind of no reason. Everything's fine. Like ratings are down in general. But I'm curious, what do you guys take on that? Do you feel like the NBA has a problem? What are the causes of it? And is there any way out for them once the reliable stars retire and they have to rely on the new generation?
I mean, there's a number of things that you could talk about with this. I think the play style. My dad and I were talking about this at dinner because we went to a Lakers game on the 23rd a couple days ago,
No, no.
and for somebody who is like a very casual viewer of the NBA, like he is, or somebody who will like if there's a game on, he might stop and watch it for a couple minutes. The complaint is just the play style, the number of threes that people are chucking up, and just like watching the All-Star games. It's like the play style is just not as interesting to watch if you are that kind of casual NBA fan, which is the audience that you need to keep it going. You can't just have the NBA fanatics like we are watching
Yeah.
every game because we're gonna fall off. We're not gonna be able to watch every game, and not everybody is like that. I also think like with the champions over the last five, it's like a new champion over the last every year for the last 6 years. I think realistically, also, it's broader trend of like, if you want to get into these segues, but like people cutting the cord with cable, people are not sitting down, they have more things to compete for their attention. If you are somebody from our generation, it's like we're watching all of this on social media.
Yeah.
And a big complaint also is the all the media rights deals, how fragmented the NBA is right now. I think there are like some good signs though. It obviously the numbers are down, but with like the number of international players and the amount of international outreach you have right now, that's a very interesting like place to go. Kind of like a Premier League or World Cup kind of style. Because, dude, soccer's doing great. They don't have any problem. It's this international
Yeah.
sport that goes everywhere. But I don't know. I also think there's like a level of control that the NBA wouldn't be willing to give up, and they want to have a team in like every city, major city across the world. It's just like it's the same reason why the NFL is like having kind of a hard time doing this. It's just the amount of travel that you have to do as a player and as a team is just not feasible to have teams that are super far away. So it's
Yeah,
a
and
super
living
complex
abroad,
problem, but
I know Luis is in London as well. Like, I didn't quite realize how significant the time difference is in terms of sports. Where like NBA is actually much worse off than the NFL if you're a fan. Where like it was, I mean, it's pretty easy. Like the 10 a.m. games start at 6. Like you can deal with that for football, but NBA it was like if it's West Coast, it doesn't start till 3 a.m. Like, I mean, let alone the travel of having a team play there and having to adjust to it. Like, I do wonder how. I mean, I guess they're doing pretty well internationally, but that seems like tough to break through when the time difference is so bad.
I have
But
I
yeah.
have something to add here, like that hasn't been touched on. I think well, I heard this like I don't know, like on TikTok or like on some YouTube short that I don't remember who was it, but I like remember hearing it and I just like remember it faintly. They were someone was arguing that like the NBA is too reliant on like the big stars, and so potentially you're seeing a decrease in the ratings because you're sort of living through like the downfall of the big stars in Steph and LeBron. And at the time it was like MJ, and once he left, it was like kind of down for a little bit, and maybe Kobe picked it up, but fully with LeBron, it came back. But like other leagues, other sports, like the NFL doesn't seem to suffer this, where it seems it's more about like I don't know the system or just like the sport in general. But you could have Tom Brady retire, and then you still have
yeah,
great ass ratings. Um, in soccer, it's not been affected by like the downfall of Cristiano and Messi. I mean, the play is like way down. Like with Messi and Cristiano, you had like them scoring 60 goals and assists in like a season, and that was like the norm. And now you have the people competing for the Ballon d'Or. Like Vinny Jr. had like probably the best stats, and he had like 20 goals and assists. So the
no
play
damn.
at like the best level, like the stars are not performing at their level, but because I don't know, like the culture, I don't know, the institutions, just like like the sport itself doesn't rely too much on the stars. It's just like everyone loves it. It doesn't suffer. But I also think it's 82 games. It's just like diminishing returns, like too many games, people don't watch them. The NFL has 16, so like every game has so much
Yeah,
weight. I tune into every single game. But like the Celtics, I watch like 10 maybe in the regular season. And then I watch the playoff games. But it's just like too many games. And
yeah,
I understand that there's
and there's no real fix. I mean, I guess they could say lower the amount of games, but I don't know. That's gonna make that like meant. I don't know if there's a big fix for the mentality of viewers where, like you're saying, like every NFL game is high stakes, and like even if you made it 60 games for the NBA, like are people immediately gonna be like, oh, this game matters way more? Like I don't know if there's an easy fix there, but
you
I feel
had
like
a short season, right? Like a couple years ago, like what was it called? A shutdown season or something where they had like 52
yeah,
games or something? 57? I don't know. I
yeah,
don't know if that
I
helped.
think that did well, but I think there's a connection between the things you both are saying, where like you were saying all the big stars are leaving and going back, like MJ, Kobe, LeBron, Curry, and you were talking about how different championship winners the last few years. Like I do wonder how much the parity which the league tried to create, Adam Silver's been like trying to create more parity, if that's really hurt the league in the long run, because I feel like all the stars we just named, part of why they're stars beyond being fantastic players is that they had a dynasty, like they won multiple championships in a row. Like is the fact there's so much parity in the league over the past 6 years making it so none of these stars become real stars because people aren't seeing them every year? Like I don't know, if the Mavericks won multiple titles in a row, would Luca now be as big a star as Curry?
I do feel like there is like an element of like almost cultural breakthrough that you can get with a sports team by winning a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I think somebody who thinks of the Bay Area is almost always going to think of the Warriors now,
Yeah.
because of that breakthrough that the Warriors had, and that's only something that we're going to be seeing like play out over the next decade after Steph retires, or like there's a whole new cast of Warriors on the team. I think the NBA itself, kind of what Luis was saying, was like there needs to be almost an institutionalization of these leagues and of the NBA in particular, because when you think of what the American project exports as part of its culture, it's KFC and football and tailgating and like the red, white, and blue, the stars and stripes. Like, I don't think the NBA, weirdly enough, has cracked through on that level in some places. In LA, though, like the Lakers are LA. Like, there's no separating LA from the Lakers. But if you were to go to Utah, Salt Lake City. Like, I don't think the Jazz is like, oh, our basketball team is this giant standing symbol of the culture of the state of Utah. Like, no one cares about that. Or I was thinking about that in Minnesota. Like, Anthony Edwards is this crazy charismatic character. He had this crazy, what was it? Was it oh Jesus, an Adidas ad where he is doing like the lie detector test. Like, that was a great ad, and he's just this crazy guy. But it's just
He
like
was he
the
was
people.
also in, I don't know if you saw, there was like an Adam Sandler Netflix movie a couple years ago called Hustle. I don't know if you ever saw
I
it, but
I I don't
Yeah.
I don't think I did see that. But like
it's
he's a
actually
breakthrough
fucking
star.
great. And
Yeah, that's a
he
good
is
one.
in it kind of playing himself, but it's not himself. Like, he's playing this asshole young player.
Yeah.
And he's fucking fantastic in it, to the point where like people were speculating he was gonna get like a best supporting actor nomination. Like, but he has the fucking charisma. I do feel like the NBA
But
needs to like rig it so they win multiple titles, because he's the
yeah,
guy who could
but
be.
But like Anthony Edwards and like in Minnesota, I don't think you're thinking about the Timberwolves. Maybe you are if you're
Yeah.
like a sports fanatic, but you're thinking of the Vikings or like the Green Bay Packers is a great example of this. They're this historic franchise with
Yeah.
like the first Super Bowls under their belt, and they have all these rings, and like even when Aaron Rodgers wins one ring, and like you have Brett Favre being like a pretty good quarterback, but not like on the same level as Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes is now. Like, I
Yeah.
think there is a certain level of winning and a certain level of cultural breakthrough that you need to do that is beyond your niche communities and becomes because like if you're America and you're exporting your culture, you're putting football up on a pedestal because it's something you're proud of and you want to show people like this is what we do, this is our thing.
Yeah.
And basketball has not had that since I think MJ or like LeBron has gotten to that place, but as a player and not as a part of a team versus the
Yeah.
Chicago Bulls and MJ were kind of together in that, and he was the person who broke through internationally with basketball. So there's so many different factors to this
Yeah.
that I
Well,
think
and that's
like
a great point. But I feel like the Anthony Edwards thing is interesting with the parody stuff, where like the league policies are kind of harming it, where like the new second apron stuff, the Timberwolves probably do not trade Cat this offseason if it wasn't for the second apron rules. Like, the
yeah
reason they traded him
yeah
was to avoid all the second apron stuff. And they did end up worse off for it. And like, there's an example of like a league policy specifically making it so the Minnesota Timberwolves with Anthony Edwards are less likely to be a dynasty or a title contender. And yeah, self-fulfilling with stars. But
yeah, and that's also going back to like our earlier part of the conversation talking about how narratives matter in the NBA. I do
yeah,
think this is a place where it matters a lot because when you think about 2008 through 2012, I think of Kobe Bryant and LeBron James. I think for Kobe, it's not just, oh, he won a three-peat and then he won back-to-back in the early 2010s. It's like, I think of the Mamba mentality or like how the Black Mamba and how he had all these scandals in his life, which are kind of controversial. But like he came back, became this player who is has such an impact on the league today, and that narrative in his victories, alongside like how he kind of was the opposite of Shaq, who was this lazy character, and how Kobe made himself stand out as this hardworking guy. I think that is the kind of narrative that carries the league forward, and not like Nikola Jokic, he's like the best player on the planet and should be the NBA the MVP this year, but like he's just not that captivating of a character. And like there's not anything you need to do about that except maybe just throwing more money his way, but he's already a multimillionaire. It's not like he needs more of it. But I don't know, it's such a weird and complex thing. Humans love stories and they're looking for that in the NBA and every sports league that they're watching. So there's so much that you could talk about on this. This could be a podcast of its own, but yeah.
think the NBA talk, I think we've exhausted it. Um, I love the passion with you guys. I've tried to get more in the NBA and stuff,
Bro has
and
no clue what just
NFL.
happened.
Literally through one ear out the other. Dead ass. One ear out the other. I understand the words like Lakers, Celtics, Warriors, sometimes the Clippers. That's about it. But I think we're gonna segue into the NFL, which is like my baby. That is my love. It is. This season I've been a little bit less tuned in, but still like very tuned in. Kind of just want to talk about, state of the NFL, our teams. I got to start with the Chargers, man. I went to the Chargers Broncos game last week. Amazing game. We had like great seats, like right behind the Broncos players. Only thing that was asked about it was that like we were like row one and then like kind of close to the end zone. Like this is the field. We were like right here. And then every time like the Chargers or Broncos would get near the end zone, the camera crew would just like legit like just move on over. And if you ever seen like the camera crew at the NFL games, like part of it is literally someone sitting on like a big stool that's movable with like a big camera. So my uncle would be like, "Come on, man! Like we got these seats just to see the camera." So like that was our view for some of the game, but it was like a really good game. I think the Chargers were down like 11 points. Something crazy happened. There was like a free kick. So basically, like Broncos fucked up because they could have just wasted the time before the half, but instead like I think they were incomplete pass. Harbaugh throws like he calls a timeout, right? Like literally 8 seconds left. They kick the ball to us, and I forgot which Broncos player, but like he basically like bumped into our player who was receiving the ball, so we got a 15-yard penalty. And there's a very like obscure NFL rule that like during kicks, specifically during like kicks like that, basically like punting the ball, if the player is obstructed by the defense, right, the team can select to have a free kick, right, which is like similar to a field goal, but it's basically like you're kicking the ball
You get a
on the
running
ground.
start.
Yeah, yeah, but it's like on the ground, no one holds it. It's like a kickoff, so it's a free kick, but it can only happen, from what I saw, when a player like obstructs you during the punt return. So it's a
I
very
think
like
it's just
obscure thing.
if you call a fair catch, you can do it. That's part of it too.
Okay, I'm not too sure because the rule I saw specifically said in there like you have to. It might be that too, but it said in there something about it being obstructed too. I gotta look into that, but it was like a very obscure thing.
Well,
And
I
my yeah,
remember this because Harbaugh tried it when he was coaching the 49ers,
he
and
did.
he had a chance to try it. I think the thing you're thinking of with the penalty is that he called a fair catch and then it was additionally a penalty, so it put him in field goal range ish. But the Harbaugh with the 49ers one, he did it at like the 70 or something. So he did it somewhere where it was a 70-yard field goal attempt,
But
and
was it like
we
a
just
field
barely
goal
missed.
attempt,
Well,
or
it was
was it like
no, it was a
a?
free kick. It was a free kick, but
Oh.
he tried it from 70 yards away and it just barely missed. But I was happy seeing you guys pull it off.
I don't know. I'm gonna ask my Chargers Twitter chat about this because either the NFL is lying to us. Because why do you have that in there as a clause? This is like getting into terminology that I get very particular about. My autism showing up, but
So true.
basically, I mean that's about it. I kind of just
Anyway,
wanted to do like
the
the NFL
Chargers are
playoff
really
machine.
fucking good. That's
No,
that's the summary.
I wouldn't say
they're
that.
very good. I
I
wouldn't
wouldn't
say
say
that. I wouldn't
that.
say that at all.
Are they
First
making
round
the playoffs?
exits.
I've been tuned out for like a week
Right now
after
they
my
are.
fantasy
They are
teams
right
got
now.
Yeah,
They
they have like
are.
a 96% chance to make it. Like, yeah, it's something really
damn.
bad.
Who's
So, I
behind you? Is it
mean,
the Colts?
okay, so I have it actually pulled up here. Should I do the little
Yeah, just share it on the screen. We'll put it up.
yeah, no. This is basically what it's looking like. The Chiefs, like, fuck the Chiefs. They have some like voodoo magic going on.
Yeah.
15 and
Devil
1 is
magic,
Um,
bro.
crazy.
bro, they lost to what was the Bills? Was that it? Yeah.
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 You have them and they have you have to root for the Lions. Like rooting against the Lions is so hard. Like they're such a poverty
So
team.
easy, bro.
Bro, no, it's not. Big Gretch. First of all, Big Gretch. Like I'm gonna root for whatever team Big Gretch likes. You know
Bro.
what? Tim Walz with Minnesota does have a good case, but like Vic Gretsch, bro. Like, okay, funny story, real quick. So Tim Walz's son, um, so he like picks teams to piss off his like dad and sister. So like, instead of picking like a college team from Minnesota, he's like a big fan of I think Michigan State University. And so Big Gretchen Whitmer, the governor of Michigan, will send Tim Walz's son merch to piss off like his dad.
That's
A
funny.
little funny. It's a little funny. Sweet. But going back to the NFL, so you have like the Chiefs, right? You have you have Detroit here. I mean, the Broncos fell to the 7th seed, and if they had beaten us, they would have been guaranteed into the playoffs. So they're facing Buffalo right now, which is like actually fucking horrific. That is like a massacre just waiting to happen. I do not like this matchup at all. I do not want us to play Baltimore again. It'll be cool for the narrative because like the Harbaugh Bowl again, but like, dude, they have like Derrick Henry just killed us. I don't want to have this matchup. I also don't want to go like against Lamar again. Pittsburgh and Houston, like this is such a fucking like stupid matchup. So I'm hoping like we went out and basically if Pittsburgh loses, there's a chance we actually play Houston. So we just have to kind of like I think tie them in record or get one more win. When I want to play Houston, but I mean Washington being in the playoffs is a little surprising. And then like Atlanta and the Rams, like this is a little shocker on the NFC side.
Have you guys seen
Yeah.
that Jaden Daniels edit on where it's fuck, what is his name? The NBA guy who has like all the shitty hot takes. I'm forgetting his name.
Colin
Basically it
Cowherd
was no, why am I forgetting his name? He's
Is
like
it a
the most famous
commentator? Is it
one.
Nick Nurse?
No,
or
okay.
Nick Wright.
He does
There's
have some.
What am I
I
saying?
can't
Nick Nurse?
I
It's Nick
can't
Wright. I'm so
remember.
sorry. That was
I don't
embarrassing.
know why I'm forgetting his name. Oh, it's
Not
Screw
the
Stephen A.
screw Nick
yeah,
Wright, by
Stephen
the
A.
way.
Oh my God,
Screw
Stephen
Oh
Nick
my
A.
Wright.
Yeah.
God,
Oh my God.
future North
Yeah.
Carolina governor candidate.
Wait, really?
Is he really
That's
from North Carolina?
He went to school there.
He
oh
does some
geez.
like political.
But
Yeah.
Does
there's
he
a
not?
Jaden
Or
Dan is it Jaden Daniels, Jaden McDaniels? I'm like so tuned out of the Jaden Daniels. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
here we go. I finally got it. Stephen A is like is asking his guests like who is the best player in the NFL right now? Say it. You know it's a rookie, and it's Jaden. It's this Jaden Daniels that is so
Oh,
great, and I'm happy that they're in the playoffs because he's like such a it's such a story. It's such a great like it's just fun to watch.
I don't think a
Those like
first year quarterback has won a playoff game in years, or maybe there's been one in the
yeah, I
last
think CJ
Yeah.
Stroud
two
was like
decades.
had the
Yeah.
best.
Yes,
Yeah,
Yeah.
he had the best
Stroud was the
chance last
first, I
year.
think, in
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a chance.
But
Crazy.
I'm excited for this. If they beat the Eagles, I'll be very happy with that.
It's the
So
first time they're 10-5 since like 1991. Like the Soviet Union was like still around. That's crazy.
Bro,
Wild.
that's
the
crazy.
Soviet Union, bro, had to pull out history. I mean, you have
Yeah.
like Green Bay's been good lately. The Rams have
We'll
surprised me,
see
but
about
also
that.
like I don't know, the Rams are also just in like the division's just not that good.
Yeah, well, the division's pretty good. It's just the
Oh,
problem is
actually,
the problem is that they're all so good that they all play each other. Like, there's not one terrible
Okay,
team in the
this
division.
that's
So
a
this
good
year they're not
point.
also good, bro. This year they're not also good. In
they're
previous years,
all solid though. That's the problem. There's no like 2-12 team in the division to beat up
yeah, I
on
guess. I guess.
because you got to play each twice. But yeah,
I
I think
mean,
whoever plays the Rams in the first round is gonna win.
I did not know
yeah.
the AFC West was doing this good. They're like the NFC North of the AFC.
Yeah, it's just Vegas. That's kind
They
of
suck.
just
Do we
well,
get
no,
three NFC North teams in the second round?
that'd be sick.
I
Ooh.
mean, I think Green Bay beats LA, and I think Minnesota beats the Falcons.
Mm. I Minnesota definitely wins that matchup. I don't see a world where they
Minnesota
don't
being
win this
13 and
matchup.
2 and then being in a wild card team is actually insane. That is so insane. Like, how are you 13 and 2 in a wild card team?
It happened 2 years ago.
It happened
They
to the
were
Chargers when they were 12 and 4.
they were 14-3, and they played against the
Oh
Giants in the
wow.
wild card because
That
the Lions were insane that year too,
that's
right?
wild that without the
Wait,
expanded
no, no, am
playoff,
I making that up? I don't know.
No,
I
I
guess
think you're
they'd still make
right.
it.
Also, guys, lost like Vegas, the Raiders losing. I think they were at like the number 1 or number 2 overall pick. Now they're at the number 7 overall pick.
Damn.
And like they really fucked up. And then when they asked Antonio Pierce, their coach, he was like, they when they asked him, hey, like you guys won, so you guys like went back to the 7th pick. He's like, oh, ask Tom Telesco. I just focused on winning. I'm like, brother, you
Damn.
focused on winning 3 times this season.
Yeah, for real. Bro's focused on his job security.
Like, please. I mean, it's good for us 'cause I don't want the Raiders to get like the number 1 pick. especially like being in their division. But damn, the NFC North and the AFC West are like I didn't know really fucking good.
Yeah. All right. Well, what's your guys' most anticipated round one matchup if it ends up like this?
Wait, I can't comment if you guys can't if you guys don't know what my team is.
Ooh. All
Oh yeah,
right.
Dylan, Ben, guess
Well,
his team.
I'm gonna guess you're not remotely consistent, so it's not the Patriots. I feel like they're on the board here. I'm gonna go with. I feel like you're a Philadelphia Eagles fan.
Okay,
Okay.
Dylan, guess.
He was clowning on the Lions a little too much. I'm gonna say a Packers fan.
Mm,
I
No, he clowned on the Packers too.
mm,
ah,
You're
is
on
it
this
okay?
good train of thought though.
Good train of thought. Okay, so Vikings?
yeah.
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 That
Okay.
is correct, I'm like, bro, but like you gave him too much information, bro.
No, because he was so
How
no,
did
he
you
was
end
like he
up? How did you end up a Minnesota Vikings fan?
Once
What's the
again, it
lore?
was my father's terrible choices that led to years of suffering on my end. And the reason why he's a fan is literally so funny. He was just a kid and he was like, that color, that color purple is amazing, bro. And then he was just like, yeah, I'm gonna support them.
It's kind of a legit
Which
reason, actually.
which is crazy because like back in the day, like TV, like American cable television in Panama was like not accessible at all. They had like one to two channels.
is that
Um,
when the dictator was still in charge?
that's when the Panama Canal was still a thing, bro. So like they did have something because I mean you had American presence in the country and stuff, but of course it's not as widely accessible as today. So like he was telling me that like a bunch of times it was just like him looking up the scores in like newspaper clippings,
Damn,
and that was how he would like check it. Because like I don't know, I mean the Vikings were very
bro.
competitive in the 70s because we went to the Super Bowl four times and lost four times.
Imagine like imagine like you like are so excited to go check the newspaper, right? Like, oh bro, let's go. Like the Vikings play today. My favorite team. I'm in Panama, bro. I'm walking down the street to the local store. Go into the store, turn to the right, and it's like Vikings lose 45 to 6.
Okay.
Rip, rip.
That's that's such
Well,
a
yeah.
fucked up way to learn that your team lost. Just checking the newspaper. Or you like
Yes.
have to wait the next day. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. That's how it was, bro. But
You waited the next day when you didn't
we
know the
we've
night
been
of.
we've been loyal. We've been loyal every year. My first memory as a fan was us being cheated by the dirty ass Saints in the 2009 NFC Championship.
Was that
Like,
Bounty Gate?
yeah, I was bound to get. I was crying. I've
Bella,
Oh,
cried.
you're
reset it, Bella.
wait, let me see this. Hold up. Oh no, I just played around with it real quick to
I know.
let me
Reset
see.
it to the.
You guys want to do a little
Okay.
guessing?
Well, let's go through the matchups as is and guess.
Okay, so who's is Kansas City gonna win week one?
Kansas
Like the
City gets a
They're
first
bye.
not,
The
they
the,
get
the
the
top
bye,
two
I'm
get
bro.
by.
just kidding.
Oh, oh.
Just kidding. Just trolling.
I'm used to your NBA knowledge. I believed
Yeah,
you.
my NBA knowledge is not the best. Okay, okay, okay. Denver versus Buffalo.
Buffalo, no to low diff, bro.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
probably
no
a big.
question. I mean, there's a good chance that safe pick is
Oh,
Josh Allen wins the MVP. So you got
Yeah,
your MVP on first round against Denver, 70. I just don't see them losing this.
yeah.
Sam
That'll be
Darnold is MVP. I'm just
that'll be
kidding. I'm just kidding.
the Saturday game that they dump on like Amazon Prime or whatever.
okay. I'm gonna do these. Okay, the Chargers versus the fucking Ravens.
You want to make the case, Bella? Because I think we're all
I think we're gonna lose. I'm not making the case.
day of. I could see it. I could see that being a surprisingly low scoring game,
Yeah.
defensive battle. You guys pull it off. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just bro, Derrick Henry. Like he wears the defense
Yeah.
down. Like he
Aren't you
just
aren't you
wears you
guys
down.
aren't you guys still the team that has been scored on the least or like tied for
Yeah,
it
it's
with
we're tied
Denver?
with the Vikings. I think.
Oh,
I
really?
I think it's
Vikings
yeah.
are
It's
crazy
Chargers.
defense.
Chargers
More
Vikings are
than the
tied right
Lions? I
now.
think the Lions were like beating us by a little bit. I know we're
No,
like, yeah.
I think the Chargers are tied with the Vikings right now in terms of like fewest points allowed.
Because
Dude,
we
I
had a
don't
close
even.
game last week.
Oh my God. Yeah, I don't know. I think that like it just like besides like Lad McConkey, I just don't know who Herbert can throw to. I mean, like you have like
Who
Joshua
the hell is
Palmer,
that, bro?
Lad
Lad
McConkey.
McConkey.
Oh, McConkey.
Fantasy
I'm sorry, I was saying wrong.
legend, week two
Bro, Lad
pickup.
McConkey. He's been like, ask your dad. Your dad knows. He's been
What about
pretty
my
good.
my 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 waiver wire goat, Quentin Johnson?
Dang.
You know what? I think he had a touchdown last week against the Broncos.
Wish he had
It's
one
so tough.
8 weeks ago when I needed him. So,
It's so Quentin Johnson's just been like, oh God. I
Jordan
wish him the
Addison.
best. Yeah,
Jordan
it could
all
have been
right,
Addison.
Jordan
so
Addison or Zay Flowers.
are we doing okay? So Buffalo, Baltimore. That's kind of the consensus. All right,
God, I don't know.
Pittsburgh at Houston. Who you guys
I'm
got?
gonna say Pittsburgh, bro.
Pittsburgh. Yeah, they lost Tank Dell, so I'd say Pittsburgh.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
Pittsburgh's good.
the sophomore regression of the
Well,
Ohio
they're all
State
saying he
quarterback.
was better than Herbert. They're all saying that
No.
last year. Um,
Ohio
I'm going
State quarterback
Eagles.
and an Ohio State quarterback, bro.
I'm going Eagles.
Uh,
Mm, that's
I'm
gonna be,
going
I don't know.
Washington. I'm going Washington on that one, I think.
Really?
I'm going
Yeah,
Philadelphia low key, but they might not cover the spread. Or they might, I don't know. Like
that'll be a
last
tight spread,
week,
I bet. That's like 3.5.
because they won their first game against Washington by like 17, and they lost. So I don't know. Like, anything could happen.
All
Okay,
right, we'll go
okay.
we'll go Philly with that then. Green Bay, LA, that's a fun one.
Bro, LA low key sneaky.
They are.
Sneaky team.
That offense
They've
can
won
go
their
off.
last like 6 games, 5 games, whatever it is.
Yeah, they beat us, bro, in SoFi. I was there. That's horrible.
I haven't been to a game where we lost so far. I'm so happy.
Really?
Yeah, and I flew to Denver for that Broncos game. We won that one too. We hadn't won in Denver in like 6 years.
You better book the flight to Baltimore now.
Bro,
Westmore.
I would. Westmore. If I
Yeah,
could meet
Westmore.
Westmore.
You would find a way to like,
I'd probably find a way to meet him. Yeah. I'd like have his book out and be like, bro, please, can I get it? Like, yeah, and but I would be heartbroken if we won. I wouldn't want to taunt him, but I think Green Bay wins. So
I'm gonna
Yeah,
take
I don't know.
LA,
I
bro.
I'm gonna take LA too. I feel like they've been on the up. They started off real shitty, and I don't know. They're rising high at the right time, getting hot.
bro, this one, like, if like ironically enough, if Atlanta didn't bench Kirk Cousins, I would low key go with the Falcons. Because
What?
yeah, if they didn't bench him,
For
yes,
what? For
yes,
the stability?
because no, I think like he would just have it in him, like bro would just have it in him to beat his
We
former
would
team,
kill, bro. Like
bro.
I would, I would, I would
I
pay
really
for a bounty
think,
gate on his ass,
I
bro.
really think like bro would have had it in him just to beat them. But I'm gonna go with Minnesota, even though I still don't trust Sam Darnold.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
either.
yeah. He could fully
But you
throw.
don't need to trust him. This team is good enough where you have like the best defense. You got like just this is a crazy team. You don't
Yeah.
need
Yeah,
like obviously
against
quarterback is like crucial, but
against the
I,
Falcons, perhaps. But if it's like second round, good team, if he throws 3 picks, we're getting cooked.
yeah, that's true, I guess.
Which which
Um,
which might happen because like there was a couple weeks where he was like throwing 2 to 3 picks again. I was like, what the hell happened? Like I mean, what am I saying? Carolina Panthers Darnold is out and about, and I was like,
Is there a
bring.
scenario where the Minnesota plays Detroit second round?
Uh,
Mm, and
you need Green Bay to lose and Washington.
Yeah. So I mean that could happen. Yeah. And then Minnesota would be at Detroit. Yeah. No.
Yeah,
No. No.
yeah,
No. Yes. Yes. You're right.
yes,
You're right. Because
yes,
the lowest.
yes,
Yeah. I'm like no. No.
yeah.
Yes.
yes.
All right, so we're going
Oh, that'd
Minnesota
be a good
winning
one.
that one. That's the consensus.
yeah,
All
Yeah.
right,
that's an easy pick.
I
let's
think that's
go.
all we do, Ben. I don't think we
No,
can go
no,
any
no.
further.
Let's. It's only a couple games. Let's go through and then we'll
I,
do
I
our.
gotta find. I gotta find another website for that. Hold up.
No, 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 no.
2024.
Just no. Just keep it. Just keep it there.
Wait.
Just keep it there. This works. That's gonna be too much of a pain in the ass.
Wait, what team do you guys like? I'm not like sure. So Ben, are you 49ers? Is that
Yeah, I'm a
a
49er fan, so I'm honestly
okay?
my alliance is Chargers and maybe Washington right now because Bob Myers left the
Nah,
Warriors and
bro,
went
you
to.
gotta stick to your team, bro. You gotta hate on every team if your team is
I
in there.
well, I
That's what
hate
I
on every team, but my
that's
least
what I do,
hated
bro.
teams in the playoffs right now, the ones I'd be least sad if they pull it off.
I'm a Rams fan, so but
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
honestly, I'm not a huge. I'm big on fantasy football, but I don't like watch any NFL games. So
how'd your fantasy team do?
I'm in the championship for
Oh
two
shit!
different leagues. So
Two different
Nice.
leagues. Jesus
yeah,
Christ.
yeah.
Who was the
It's
first round pick?
in one of those leagues it was CMC actually, which
Oh,
is
what?
crazy.
You
But
still pulled it off?
yeah,
Holy
well,
crap.
because I one of those that league in particular, I think I like yoinked an entire person's team. Like they like didn't play fantasy football, so I just sent
Hmm.
out all the trades and got Chris Godwin and got
Oh.
Jordan Mason. It was just a
Isn't
great trades
Chris
on my
Godwin
Did
part.
you have
But
injured
to
though?
did you have to trade for
I
Jordan Mason or you pick him up?
I had to trade for him,
Ooh,
and
that's rough.
the trade was it was a bad trade subsequent like while Chris Godwin wasn't injured, it was Mike Evans for Chris Godwin and Jordan Mason because the person I was trading with was like, oh, like Chris Godwin's going to be worse than Mike Evans. I'd rather have Mike Evans, which is kind of fair. Like
Yeah.
now that Chris Godwin is injured, but at the time, Chris Godwin number one scoring wide receiver until he got injured.
And
So,
Evans was
but
hurt for a while too.
yeah, he was. So I don't. It was about neutral. Kept me in the race. Now I'm in the championship. So we'll see how that goes.
Nice.
But
Yeah, I did all right,
Um,
and then I got screwed because I drafted fucking Travis Etienne in the second round or third round.
mm,
Did
yeah.
me
I,
in.
I pulled it up. I pulled it up, boys.
I'm in my championship right
I had
now.
to sacrifice the Rams. I had to sacrifice the Rams. Just wasn't working.
All right, so second round here. Second round here. We got
Okay, we just
AFC matchups are Ravens, Bills,
Mm,
Jesus.
and Steelers, Chiefs. Who we got? Let's start with the hard one, or we'll
Chiefs.
start with the easy one. Chiefs are.
Chiefs.
The Chiefs are
Chiefs.
pulling some
Yeah.
some dark magic
Yeah.
again.
I will say, if anyone is going to be able to, in some weird ass game, defeat the Chiefs' dark magic with their own dark magic, I feel like
Mike
it's the
Tomlin.
Steelers. Oh God. Well, I didn't mean that, but yeah, I feel like they could pull off some weird low scoring shit. But yeah, I'll go Chiefs with that.
Yeah. The
What do you
Steelers have their
think?
own dark magic, but not enough.
Not on a whole new
Um,
level.
Not enough
yeah.
packs for
Baltimore or
the devil.
Buffalo? Ravens or the Bills? I want
I'm
to
a,
go
I'm
with
a bet
Wes
on
Moore.
Lamar shitting the bed
I'm
again.
gonna bet on Lamar and Wes Moore winning this one, but I don't know.
I'm going
No.
Bills. It'll be at home in the
I'm
cold.
going Bills. I'm going
Okay, I'll
Bills
take
too.
the
I'm going
Bills.
Bills.
Bills win.
Minnesota versus Philly.
Oh, listen to me, bro. Listen.
I go with
Okay,
Minnesota. I go with
I know
Minnesota.
the Eagles are looking scary, but Jalen Hurts is a turnover quarterback, and we
True.
force turnovers, bro. When we force turnovers, we win every single game. We didn't force turnovers against the Rams. Well, we had a pick, but like it wasn't really useful. And then we forced like a fumble at the end of the game with the Lions, but like the defense was not great in either of those games. This guy has like the Green Goblin speaking to him, like throw a pick, and he'll go and throw it. So like I'm betting that we get like a pick or two against them, and we manage to beat them. I
I
don't
think
know. We have a
Minnesota
I
can
good.
win it.
but I think the thing is like you have Saquon. He can at any moment just drop 170
Yeah.
yards on your head. So
Yeah.
I honestly think there's not as much of a dual threat kind of vibe going on in Minnesota. They are a scary team too, but I just don't see you getting past Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown and Saquon. Like there's just so much.
We're locking that shit up easy. They can't lock both Jordan Addison and Jay Jettis, the best duo, the best wide receiver duo in the NFL.
Well,
I mean, Aaron Jones is like decent, I guess. He's not Saquon, but like he
Gets
might
the
do
Who,
some
job
Aaron
done.
damage.
Jones?
And we have Hawk too. TJ Hawkins, don't forget
Hawk
about him.
Tua? Oh, sorry,
Oh my God.
You know what? I'm
I'm
going
taking my
Vikings.
Vikings.
I'm going
I'm gonna take
Vikings
my
too.
I think I have to go Vikings too.
You
Sorry.
convinced
okay,
me.
okay.
I'm gonna
I'll
go
be the odd one
Lions
out here.
here. Go to the next
Yeah.
one. Fuck that.
Yeah, fuck Green Bay.
wait, why the Lions so quickly?
Bro, don't even doubt it.
No,
Let
bro,
Big
they're
Gretch do her
injured.
thing.
They're injured right
Let
now.
Big Gretch do her thing, bro.
They're
Shh.
low-key injured right now.
They have a
They
bye
are.
week.
Okay.
No, they don't. Oh yeah,
They
they
do. They
do. I
have a
guess
bye
Oh, they
week.
do,
no,
they
no,
do, they
you're right.
do.
You're right. You're right.
Wait, what happens if we beat them week 18, bro? That
That
might
changes the whole
happen.
game. It could still be this. This could still be the matchup though. But
Okay.
Buffalo or Kansas City for the
You don't want to have the
AFC
skull chant
Championship
on your
game.
ass, bro. You don't want to have
Does
the skull
School,
chant.
school, school.
does uh does Josh Allen finally get it done?
I think so. I think he breaks the black magic.
I think we're gonna get some shitty ass calls and then they're gonna fall through.
I don't
I
know.
think he.
It
I
is.
think he.
I mean, I would still have the Chiefs as the favorite this year. 15-1 is a crazy season already, and I don't know. I just feel like you can't beat that.
Yeah, my
Well, the
gut kind of
Buffalo
says
Bills are already
they pull
happy
off
in
one
that.
more. Yeah, but they beat. I think they beat Mahomes in the regular season last year
You guys
too.
want to
Like
know what this is? This is how it's gonna end up. It's gonna be Kansas City. I'm so sorry, Luis. It's gonna be Kansas City,
It's going to
Detroit,
be the
which was
Lions.
supposed to be last year.
Probably. I mean, probably.
Okay, and the Lions are gonna be the ones to beat them. It's. I already
I feel
see
it.
it,
I feel
dude.
it.
I
I
don't
It's
feel
feel
it
like
that. I
too.
actually don't feel that. Like
I feel that,
the injured Lions are getting easily
bro. Who's
cooked by
injured? Who's injured on the Lions besides like Hutchinson, who's been injured for weeks? Like he's out for the season.
Mr. What's his name?
Exactly. What's his name? He's irrelevant.
What's the what? Montgomery,
Montgomery.
yeah, Montgomery, bro.
Wait, he's coming back in like what, 2 weeks?
I don't think so.
Maybe
No,
they
no.
originally said he was out for the year, but now there's like talk.
Yeah. So like I don't know. I think they've been
This
doing pretty
sounds
well
like
without him
when they were
too.
saying Aaron Rodgers was like coming back from the Achilles.
Yeah,
Like,
it does. You know what? I
That was
think no
so
matter
dumb.
who wins that AFC game, I think Bills or Chiefs are winning the Super Bowl against the Lions.
I'm gonna go with my Lions, bro. This is the team I'm gonna root for. If the Chargers, which I don't think we're gonna make it that far, but if we do make it that far, Chargers. But the Detroit Lions, man, you gotta root for them.
Lions
This
feel
There's
like
no
a
is
team
way.
who will go off all year, including the playoffs, make it to the Super Bowl against the Chiefs, and then Mahomes still wins. It feels like the
No,
Niners with Garoppolo a couple years ago.
no, but they have a much better
I don't
quarterback.
see Jared Goff being clutch like that.
Oh, Jared Goofy is really good.
He threw five
this.
picks in the game, no?
And guess what?
They won. They won, right?
They won.
He has Super Bowl
That team is
experience.
so good. He has Super
But
Bowl experience.
against the Chiefs, that shit's not gonna slide.
That's true.
Hey,
I am confident
this
they are
is
not beating the Chiefs in the Super Bowl with 5 turnovers. I am confident in
I
that.
am betting the entire savings I have in my car,
Like
which
you
is
were
like three
betting that
dollars.
Kamala, sorry, Kamala.
I'm gonna get canceled.
Kamala was gonna.
Did I bet?
You were telling me, okay, whatever.
Did I bet?
Okay.
Did I do it? No. And guess what? If I did, I still would have made money if I pulled out on election day before the calls started coming in.
Yeah,
It
I
went up to
didn't
like
do that and did lose
it went up
money.
to like
That's
40.
fun.
She went up to like 46. So,
Rip.
but
Damn.
yeah.
All right.
Choosing the Lions here is some advanced ball knowledge that I'm just not
dude,
seeing. But
Lions,
Belay's
All
on
right.
one for
Wait. What's
sure.
the vote? What's the
Lions.
vote? I'm Chiefs or
I'm
Chiefs,
Bills, but I'm
Chiefs.
accepting Chiefs.
Chiefs,
So my vote
Chiefs.
counts for three times,
bro, you got cooked,
three times more powerful because I
Oh,
am clicking it here so I can
bro.
the
click the
Bro's
the
trying to
computer
Lions.
overturn
operator
the
bot.
election.
So I've clicked the Lions.
Wow,
I've rigged the election,
bro,
and the
thinking Mike
Lions are going to
Pence.
be your 2024, 2025 NFL champions. They're going to go and greet President Donald J. Trump.
Easily not
It's
happening, and they're not
it's
going.
the
If
it's
they win, they're not going.
Yeah, they will.
it's
Oh, yeah, they will. 100% they will.
it's the
100%.
big
Dan Campbell, bro,
Gretch.
he's
The
like a
big
MAGA
Gretch
guy.
bias is
Big
talking.
Gretch will be there. How much want to bet Big Gretch will be at the White House?
What
He will be there.
what
100%.
team went under him? Did any of them go?
Yeah.
I think they all
Who?
did.
No, the Eagles didn't. He disinvited the Eagles, but that was after like some players said they didn't want to go, so it was like a fake
Okay.
disinvite. Yeah, he invited the did Brady win under him?
Yeah, probably one at least.
Yeah, 2016. No, was he president? Yeah, he was. No, he wasn't.
No,
Was he?
it was the Tampa one.
No, no, that was Biden.
It
Yeah, no, Patriots,
was?
see? Yeah, Patriots.
Tom
Yeah.
Brady won a Super
Damn.
Bowl under Biden? That's so weird.
I think I
That's
think
the 28-3. No? No, it's
dude,
not.
no, no,
Is
no, no,
it?
no. No, it is.
It's gotta
No.
be. Yeah,
Dude, no. It is? It is it? Is it? I don't know.
it is, because then it's the
Yeah,
Eagles.
how the Patriots pulled off their Super Bowl win according to President Trump.
Who won in 2018?
Need his
This was the
ball knowledge.
last. No, this was against the Rams.
Yeah, this was the one that ruined the NFL because
Oh,
Belichick
Yeah,
figured out the Rams offense.
this was the only team that went to him.
so 2017 was the Eagles, then the Rams, then who won? 2019? The Bucks?
2019 to 2020, the Chiefs
Bucks?
won. They beat the Niners.
Yeah, it was Chiefs, Bucks,
Uh,
uh,
Bro, I've
Rams,
been in this
Niners.
room too.
Rams,
That's
Rams,
crazy.
Rams, Chiefs, Chiefs.
Yeah, damn.
Damn,
Interesting.
Well,
he got the McDonald's for them.
Bro, I would be
no,
so fucking happy. Are you kidding?
Yeah, low key, the four McDonald's burgers at 2 a.m.
This
always
is
hit.
this is a crazy photo shoot.
that's what I did not realize that the Bucks won that recently. That it was under
Dude, he looked
Biden. That's so
so much.
weird.
This was like 2020. He looked so much better. Oh my
He
God.
really did.
Oh
Wait,
my
what?
God.
Physically attracted? Are you
Dude,
physically attracted to Biden, Belay?
like this guy is like
Young
he
Biden was
looks
low key.
no, Glenn was
Pause.
Does he have the
Pause.
same sunglasses on as Brady in that?
Yeah, the
The
aviators, I think.
it's
Oh no,
Joe
that's a little
Joe
different.
Biden. Joe Biden took the substance.
Wait, really
Brady
quickly,
made
who
a
who who is the MVP?
I gotta go with Josh Allen just because like it's just because like he beat the Chiefs.
Yeah,
That like
it's
that
got
really does help
it's got to
him.
be Allen.
I
Even
gotta
though
go
like
with Lamar,
Lamar's
bro.
having a better season though
I think
statistically.
it's Lamar, bro. I don't know
We did
what
a
this
tw
narrative.
Yeah,
What's
but
the
don't you get the
narrative?
back-to-back penalty a little bit? Like if you're gonna
like
do a
dude, I don't
back-to-back,
know.
I feel like you got to
Yeah.
be.
Let me see because we did a poll on the Progressive podcast. By the way, you guys should follow
Dude,
that on Twitter. Progressive Pod. We did a poll and it has
He's done
43
for.
votes. Josh Allen's in the lead, 47%. Lamar Jackson, 37%.
Thanks you guys for listening. This has been Progressive. Follow us all on Twitter. We will leave all that information below, and make sure to stay tuned and listen to the next episode. Thank you.
Yeah. There you guys.
thank you. Peace.